What's up guys, it's Alex here. Today we are here with a British GP vlog. So I'm here thanks to Codemasters. They actually sent me a Friday code, which is pretty epic. I really appreciate that because, well, I wasn't planning to come to this Grand Prix and it's awesome now to have this experience. I mean, I went to the Canadian Grand Prix at the start of the summer. I'm going to the Italian Grand Prix at the end of the summer. So thank you Codemasters for putting a little bit of a story in the middle of my summer going to the British Grand Prix. Now, I apologise if you can hear lots of wind. I haven't got a wind sort of little fluffy thing for the top of the camera, so unfortunately you might hear a bit of wind when I'm vlogging, but at the end of the day I really appreciate this opportunity. Thank you Codemasters for this, it's epic. I think right now there's a sort of a Renault presentation, Williams presentation going on. It's about midday, FP1 is already finished, so yeah, we'll get some F1 action I'm sure, but I'm trying to get to the F1 paddock. What an epic sound. Sorry to skip back to my room here today, but I didn't really record once I first got into the paddock because I was just like so excited. Plus, I'm not really sure how well it would have gone down. Obviously, I got a couple of clips sort of just filming the paddock generally, but I didn't want to be like outright vlogging now. I thought it might be a little bit awkward, and also, I don't know whether it's technically against like terms or conditions or that sort of stuff. So I thought, let's best not do that. So when I got in there straight away, the first person I saw, literally as I scanned this thing in to get into like through the gate, the first person I saw was Ted Kravitz. I was like, oh my god, like this was the start of this like surreal experience, and obviously really nervous. I went up to him and was like, can I take a picture? And he's like, oh, just wait a minute, I'm busy. Like, the time I was like absolutely gutted. I was like, this might be the only time I ever see Ted Kravitz, but we'll get onto that later. But obviously at the time I was really gutted, but at the same time he's there to do his job, and I think the excitement just got me to, got to me a little bit there. I was like, I just got to make sure I get a picture. So I'm sorry to Ted Kravitz, but we'll get onto that later. But I'm just going to quickly scroll through all my pictures here so I don't forget anyone. The first picture, or the first driver I saw was my favourite F1 driver, which was so cool. So Daniel Kvyat was the first person I saw. I'll make sure I put these pictures up on the screen for you guys. The first person I saw was my favourite F1 driver. I was like absolutely buzzing, and I finally got to get a picture with him. That's what I'm looking at right now, is all these pictures, just to make sure I don't forget anyone. So Daniel Kvyat was the first person I saw. Then Jackie Stewart I saw walking around as well, which was really cool, dressed up in his Heineken gear, which was really funny, but cool at the same time. I was like really nervous for some reason to take a picture with him. He's an absolute legend of F1, of course, but I just couldn't get my camera sorted. You hear all these celebrities or whatever say, just make sure your camera is sorted before you take a picture of me. I don't mind, but yeah, I was a little bit embarrassed with that, but luckily we got a picture, which was cool. Then next up, just before FP2 started, Carlos Sainz, I saw him wandering. I was like, make sure I got to get a picture with him, so just about got a picture from him. With him was really cool as well. Love both the Torosso drivers, which is good to get a picture of them guys. Then next up was Daniel Ricciardo. I think this is literally minutes before the session's about to start, and I'm just trying to nab some pictures because I'm like, I might never see these guys again, so I'm just trying to try and make sure I get a picture, especially with these guys, which I really like. So Daniel Ricciardo up next, which was awesome. Then David Coulthard. I started walking around with the rest of the Cody's guys and Alex Gillen, TR Limitless, and Into the Barrier. We were the main four YouTube guys that are in the paddock. I think the other guys tried to stay out and go in the grandstands and that sort of stuff. But yeah, but next up we met DC, which is quite funny. We just like literally lined up and all took a picture, I think, at the same time with him. Then let's just quickly scroll through. Felipe Massa was next up, so I think this is after FP2. So I'm not exactly sure what order I'm putting these things into the video, but I did get a load of pictures, and it's just incredible to actually see all these people that I never thought you know, as an F1 fan, you really want to see all these guys, but you just never expect it. So absolutely incredible. But nonetheless, I'm going to skip back to FP2 footage because I think I've skipped a bit too far in my photos. But nonetheless, let's get into this. Some exciting footage on track, hopefully, if I've put this in the right order. Well, that was absolutely like mad. Meeting a few of the F1 drivers there, including my favourite driver, Daniel Kvyat, which is absolutely epic. So got the Toronto hat on, so hopefully he appreciated that. But yeah, FP2 is now on, so we caught the drivers just before it started. So I'm going to try and get some cool shots here, some ones that you can't get from the grandstand. So I'm going to do a bit of adventuring here. I'm not exactly sure where I'm going, but let's see what we can get. Got some shots there. I'll put them up hopefully on the screen, or at the end of the video I might just talk over them. But yeah, nice little grandstand there. I think that's like a VIP grandstand, which is kind of weird. I don't know why we get access to that, but I'm not complaining. So yeah, next up, there's the F1 paddock over there. So yeah, let's see what we can find next. So sorry to hop back here to end off the video. I did actually record an outro, but it was really bad, and I thought let's not leave it there. We've got to make sure we have a good outro to this video, because this is a good video I'm going to look back on in the future, which is just going to be great memories. So I'm going to quickly scroll through some pictures that I haven't showed you guys already. So next up, for some reason, Cars 3, obviously the film that's come out recently, there's a big promotion push all over the place at Silverstone. And for some reason, they had a pit box right at the end of the pit lane next to the Sauber garage. And for some reason, they had it open, so you could just go in there in free practice, F2. Basically, you could go in there and just watch the cars from there, which is a really unique vantage point. You can't really get anything like that. And for some reason, whilst I was in there, Chase Carey appeared. He's an absolute legend of what he's done to Formula 1 already. He's only been at the top of F1 for like a few months, but he's done incredible things. So it was great to, just see him. I took a picture of him. I don't know whether he'd be a bit, I don't know. He's the boss of Formula 1. He's like the main guy. I feel a bit awkward taking a selfie with him, but it's great to actually just see him like right there, he's just like a normal person. But of course, he's not a normal person. He's a legend. So that was next up. The cars thing. Then Pascal Wehrlein, which is awesome as well. Somebody that's coming through the ranks in Formula 1 and could be in a top team soon, but unfortunately the setup has not been too good this season. But you got your fingers crossed that it's going to come good at some point, and both the Sauber drivers can have a bit of contention for points at some point this season. Then we got into the part of the day where all the drivers were going to the drivers briefing, so this is when a lot of the pictures got taken. We saw Fernando Alonso and Stoffel Van Dorn at this point here walking to the conference, and I was like, oh my god, I saw him from like way down the paddock. I was like, oh my god, it's Alonso and Van Dorn. Obviously, Alonso's like one of the main guys people want to get a picture with, but these guys were quite anonymous in the paddock the whole day. We spent a lot of time there. We didn't really see either of these guys that much, but Alonso was on the phone. Van Dorn was talking to one of the engineers, I think it is. So probably best not to interrupt that. Then Kevin Magnussen, which was pretty cool as well. Sergio Perez. This is literally so many people in one go. Then Lance Stroll, which is awesome. I met him in Canada, like whilst he was on one of his runs, which is really weird. A really weird place to see an F1 driver, but I saw him again at Silverstone. I managed to get a picture this time, which was awesome. Didn't want to disturb him last time in Canada, but I want to make a video because I never uploaded my last vlog from Canada, and I want to sort of make a little bit of a story out of it. So let me know in the comment section down below whether you'd like to see that final Canadian GP vlog, but of course I'll edit it together, not just like a normal vlog, a bit more story to it. So Lance Stroll was up next, and then we saw Valtteri Bottas and Lewis Hamilton with Billy Whiz, which is awesome to see. Billy recovering really well, as great for Lewis Hamilton as well, and the whole Mercedes team to get him into the track and just get him seeing an F1 race. That's really big thumbs up for Lewis Hamilton and Mercedes. That's really awesome to see. I think Billy's favourite driver is Lewis, so that's really awesome for Lewis to do that. Great to help Billy through this process, which must be very tough for Billy. Obviously, well, hopefully it's going to get better racing again, but of course it's going to be much tougher now, but fingers crossed he can do something. Next up was the funniest photo I got all day, was with Kimi Räikkönen, because he did acknowledge me. I'm not just taking a picture of him just literally walking through the paddock. He did acknowledge me and I took a picture, but he was on his phone, and he's just classic Kimi. He just doesn't really care about anything that's not driving a car really, so I found it quite funny. But yeah, got a picture of Kimi Räikkönen. Then after the sort of the conference or whatever, the drivers meeting, started to see a few more people as well. Jolyon Palmer, which is pretty awesome as well. Then Lewis Hamilton, obviously a big one for a lot of you guys out there. For some reason, a lot of people didn't manage to get a picture of Lewis Hamilton, and I managed to get one, which is awesome as well. And you can see Billy in the background as well. They weren't having a chat before anyone was thinking I just yanked Lewis to the side. It's like, can I have a picture? They weren't really speaking at that point, so I was like, can I have a quick picture, please, Lewis? It was just a surreal experience. I've seen Lewis Hamilton race on the track. The absolute buzz and excitement in 07 and 08 when I was really supporting Lewis Hamilton. Just really quite a surreal moment for me. So Lewis Hamilton was up next, then Ted Kravitz. We get back to this story. So at the start of the day he was busy, and my bad, I was being a bit nervous, and I was like, can I have a picture? I'm like, oh my god. But then later on the day, a really cool experience actually, one of the best moments of the day was myself, Tyrell Ilmis and Alex Gillen. We were just walking around the paddock, and Alex Gillen goes up to Ted Kravitz and starts talking to him, which is a really surreal experience, because Ted Kravitz was like one of the guys, well, probably the only guy really, like, apart from just taking a normal photo, but actually just to give you the time of day and talk to you about stuff. We were talking to Ted Kravitz for like 10 minutes, which was really awesome, and fair play to Alex. He had the balls to go up to Ted Kravitz and just start a conversation, which is really cool. And yeah, it was a really good experience, just getting to know a bit more about Sky F1, the whole F1 paddock in general. It's just really, really interesting. And he did actually recognise Alex Gillen from somewhere. I think Alex said he had been emailing or something, and it was quite cool that Ted actually recognised Alex's name, which is pretty awesome. Then we finally got our picture with Ted, which was awesome, and he said like sorry for like being busy earlier, and like you don't need to be sorry for that, but it's your job. So yeah, but it was awesome to get a picture with him finally. Then we got a couple of group selfies at the end of the day. Marcus Ericsson, what an absolute legend. He's just so happy all the time that we saw him in the paddock. He got a picture with us, and then later on in the day he smiled at us and I think gave us a thumbs up as well, which is quite a surreal sort of experience, that an F1 driver remembers you from like half an hour before he like gives you a thumbs up, whatever. Really, really cool. Marcus Ericsson, an absolute legend. That gains a lot of respect in the fans' point of view, that you're actually appreciating the people you're taking pictures with, all that sort of stuff. Then an absolute legend of Formula 1 we got a group selfie with here, Niki Lauda. What an incredible driver, and he actually looks really happy in this picture as well, which is so cool. We all look really happy to meet an absolute legend of Formula 1, so really, really happy to get that picture as well. And then we all got a picture with Toto Wolff as well, which is pretty epic. I mean, he's probably one of the most famous team bosses. He's quite like young as well, like a really young, successful team boss. And for some reason, he seems like one of the more approachable team bosses. Like normally, you wouldn't have a selfie with a team boss, so that makes any sense. But Toto Wolff just seems like that sort of guy. Him and Christian Horner, I guess they're probably a little bit younger. They seem to be much more approachable in that aspect. But yeah, I think that's it for my pictures. Just got to make sure I haven't missed anyone. I don't want to miss anyone. No, but that's all the pictures that we got with the F1 drivers and F1 team bosses and all that sort of stuff. So that was absolutely incredible. What a surreal experience. Massive thank you to Codemasters that gave us these passes. They said it was like a thank you for like doing a bit of testing for the game, but that is way more than a thank you. That is just absolutely incredible. So massive thank you to Codemasters. I really appreciate that. And of course, we're all really excited to finally play F1 2017 when the full game comes out. And of course, you guys might be wondering, there hasn't been too much F1 content on this channel recently, but don't worry, there's going to be much more coming, and when F1 2017 launches, of course, there's going to be much more. And it was really awesome to actually finally meet so many guys I've been talking to over like Twitter and YouTube for so many years. It's so awesome to finally meet them in real life, so that was a really, really great experience for me, and so happy to finally meet them and have a good conversation as well. That was a really good moment, or a big moment of the day for me as well, because, you talk to them online, all this sort of stuff, all these guys, I guess you guys had the same as well. You talk to people online, but then when you talk to them in real life, it's just like another level. You get to know them so much better. So really, really cool experience for me, and just a great experience in general the whole weekend. So yeah, I still can't believe it. I really just still can't believe it. What a surreal day, and it's one that I'm never going to forget. I apologise if I forgot anything. It's just such an amount of excitement and all that sort of stuff. It's just like I probably forgot something massive. But yeah, thank you to Jenny at Codemasters and everyone at Codemasters for this opportunity. Really, really appreciate it. Looking forward to F1 2017. Of course, we've played the beta and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, excited for the full game to come out. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys soon. Goodbye.